What's up, everybody? It's waba, and in this video I'm going to be talking about Hierophant Shockwave Totem. Boom! I really enjoy it. The verdict is in. I'm going to be doing this at the start of the Essence League, and I'm going to explain why I actually like Hierophant, much more than the other Ascendancies. I'm not going to go that in depth into it because it could be quite a long conversation, and frankly will just start to sound like me rambling, which probably already sounds like I'm rambling. But when it comes down to it, it's because of the mana cost, because I don't want to have to maintain Vow Clarity. I don't want to have to go Zealot's Oath and Mind over Matter, or Zealot's Oath, Mind over Matter, and Eldritch Battery, because that combo kind of sucks for Shockwave Totem. It costs way too much to sustain it just off of that. And then maintaining Vow Clarity, that one's pretty easy and something I've done in the past, but it's kind of terrible sometimes. And then the one thing that I really don't want to do, which is what a lot of players do now, you see a lot of the CI variants of Shockwave Totem doing this, using a stupid mana pot. Mana pots are so clunky, you just do not have enough mana to really... Most of the time you have about 350 mana unreserved after everything as CI. And when you have 150 to 180 mana cost Shockwave Totem, this means you can only cast it twice before you have to use your mana pot. It's clunky. I don't enjoy it. It takes up a slot on my flask bar. It's not worth it. Okay, so Sanctuary Thought though in Hierophant gives you 100% reduced mana cost of your skills. This means my Shockwave Totem is free, and that is absolutely amazing. And not only that, when I'm not on full energy shield, I have 50% reduced mana cost of skills. This means my Shockwave Totem is about 80 mana when I'm not on full energy shield. So 80 mana is much more sustainable than the usual cost that you'd have, which is like 150. And if you look, I have 74 mana regen per second. So usually when you're playing Shockwave Totem, you place a totem, and if you take damage, you're going to back off. 1 second happens really quick. And on top of that, not only will you back off, but your energy shield will kick back in. So soon after you having 50% reduced mana cost of your skills, of your Shockwave Totem, it is going to just become free again shortly. So it just makes this extremely playable, and it's the most enjoyable version of it I've ever had so far. Now, I think one of the reasons why people didn't like Hierophant for such a long time was because they compared Hierophant's Ritual of Awakening to Ancestral Bond. But really, like, we already have the ability to do this on the tree, on the passive tree, and while Ritual of Awakening is something that, does give you more damage when you have 3 totems out, and I could see the point in that, and to be completely honest, it could be something that I play around with when I get all my 8 Ascendancy passives. But you have access to double totem on the tree already, and Shockwave Totem, all you really need is double totem, especially once you get enough damage. So yeah, I can understand why you wouldn't want to use this, but the problem is people are overlooking the benefit of having 0 mana cost on skills. The other thing that I think a lot of people overlook with Sanctuary of Thought is the last line: gain 25% of maximum mana as extra maximum energy shield. The wording on this is a little weird, and people thought, well, since it's extra, it's not nearly as good. But if we look at it's saying 25% of maximum mana, okay, let's just do a little experiment here. I have a Malachai's Simula, which gives me blood magic. Let me drop all my auras, otherwise if I just do this I'll die. Purity of Lightning and Herald of Ash. So, oh wait, let's remove my discipline. So we are at 5217 energy shield, okay? And we have 1391 mana. Now, this is the way that I understood it before, and this is not the way that it works. Gain 25% of maximum mana as extra maximum energy shield. 1391 times 25, that's about 350 mana, or 350 energy shield. We'll see how much this removes. This removes 1,000 energy shield, so your mana does give you a decent amount of energy shield through Sanctuary of Thought. And that's quite a bit. If I only lost 350, it wouldn't be that appealing, but I'm losing over 1,000. I'm losing 1,070 to be exact. So this is giving us a lot of extra energy shield to make the build that much better. So yeah, I'm kind of a little off track. I forgot where I was at. But all right, let's just talk again about the ease of the build and why I want to do this. So this is making one, it makes me want to go low life, because with low life I could get 1,000 energy shield right off the top. There's some really powerful uniques that you could use to get low life very easily. Prism Guardian, Solaris Lorica. You could get a good amount of ES pretty easily, about 7k with some decent ES gear and just a Solaris Lorica. Now the potential damage that I'm losing, because arguably what I'm doing is I'm trading the free mana cost and the extra energy shield with from Hierophant. I'm trading the damage that you would get from Assassin or Inquisitor for this. Except that this makes going low life very, very easy, so I'm actually getting that damage back. You could potentially go low life with those other builds, but then you run into the same issues that you would always have with Shockwave Totem. You'd have to worry about your mana, you'd have to worry about how you sustain it, and you know, when you can't use Valve Clarity, or blah 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 blah. Like, that's just not that good. It's not that fun to play. It makes it difficult. The other thing that, because we're going low life, and this exists for all low life builds. If you go Elementalist low life Shockwave Totem, or Assassin low life Shockwave Totem, Inquisitor low life Shockwave Totem, this will be the same thing for you as well, but you could get a lot of maximum resist. I'm just going to use this as an example right now. I will have a purity for each, or I will have each purity on, so I'm going to be having, 80 to 82% maximum resist, and that's pretty good. I mean, that's a lot of resist, and it makes you very, very tanky, so you could become your own aura bot. And the other thing too is, with these auras, not only do you become tanky, but you make your totems considerably tankier. And with one of the recent changes, and I had mentioned this in a video prior, totems die easier to trash mobs now because they deal more damage. But now, when you spawn your totems and you have all these auras on, I'm pretty sure they get the benefit from all the auras. I wish I could see, but the problem is I think when it's affected by any aura, it just gives this one little line. I wish I could see all the auras on it. So yeah, I mean, it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy this. I'm also using Inspired Learning in this area because I'm getting the power charge, the AoE, the energy shield node, and then the flask node. And Inspired Learning is incredibly fun. I am also, something else I'm doing, I'm using the Overflowing Chalice. I love this unique. Honestly, guys, so I think this is the best way I've ever played Shockwave Totem. You might lose a little bit of AoE, but you're getting so much defense, and you're getting so much like resistance and defense and things like that. You're getting a good amount of a high effective HP pool. I think, with optimal gear, you could probably push 10k ES. You could probably do it. What else do you get? You get free Shockwave Totems. It's so good, and it just gives you a lot of flexibility in your build, and you can just like push it further and further and further every single time. You can get a 500 ES helm. Even I Actually, I'm not going to say it because I don't want to like ruin anything for myself. But yeah, guys, this is the Shockwave totem that I am playing right now, and I'm going to be playing this in Essence League. If you have any cautions, if you have any questions, leave them down below, and yeah, we'll talk more about this. Thanks for watching. See ya.